What is the YouTube? It's your boy Shannon along with Team Skiing coming at you with another MARINCESS top deck profile from the YCS. We just got back from Peru, literally like a couple minutes ago, so I wanted to get this video out as fast as possible. I know you guys been waiting. Yeah, we did pretty good over there. We finished after Swiss. I finished 6th. I got 1 draw, 1 loss in Swiss, and then unfortunately the curse is still alive. I still can't get past top 32 all my YCS tops, but we're gonna keep it moving. Quick shout out to Wesley McAllister, obviously my main testing partner, part of Team Skiing, putting the work in. Obviously the results are they've been showing. Shout out to Hanse, our 2-time back-to-back champ, the GOAT himself. You already know what it is, baby. And shout out to Chris James, give me those pointers, those onesies and twosies, and those court choices. Help me at these YCSs. And obviously all of Team Scheme, right? Shout them out all the time. But yeah, I don't want to take up your guys' time. Let's just get pretty much right into the deck profile and show you guys, a couple choices that I chose, as well as the matchups. Just gonna get right into it. So to start it off, obviously, pretty much damn near the same list as Vegas. 3 Blue Tings, 3 Spring Girls, 3 Seahorses. Those aren't really going to change. Then we got the 2 Mandarins, not really popular in the MARINCESS community, as well as the second Pask. I think you guys a lot of you been playing 3. I can see that, but I played 1 for Vegas. I bumped it up to 2, and I like it just like this. I like this ratio of all the MARINCESS monsters, and they're not really going to change from here on out, pretty sure, right? The next event that I got going on is the 250th, so we're gonna pretty much play the same list. Damn near. Gonna make a couple changes because obviously it's a rogue deck. You gotta play for the event, right? So changes will be made. Next for the hand trap lineup, I played the 3 Nibiru, the 3 Ash, the 3 Veilers, and then the new addition is the Ghost Mourners. I opted to not play the Contact Seas for this event. Like I said before, it's a rogue deck. You gotta change. Things change, guys, right? So with Contact C, that was the beginning of the format call. Shout out to Chris James for that. But now that the format's settled in and people know about the Contact C, smart players are going to play around it, and smart players are going to play outs. So once you get late into those later rounds, your Contact C is not going to be that valuable. So I decided to just cut it out completely, and I regret nothing. It was the Ghost Mourner was a very good substitution, and it did pretty much what I wanted it to do. Just another disruption for my opponent's turn / my turn once I finish my combo, right? So MARINCESS all 1-card combo, draw hand traps. This is just another one of those hand traps that works out very well in the deck. Next for the spells, we got the 3 Signets and the 3 Book of Eclipse. Pretty much going to stand by those as well. I know I did talk about cutting Signet and possibly, but I just can't, man. It's just 3 more copies of Spring Girl. I need those. I can't tell you how many times I get Book of Eclipse, or I got Book of Moon, or Book of Lunar Light, Luna, whatever it's called, and then I just have a Signet mining for that Spring Girl. So definitely not going to change that. Then we got the 3 Eclipse. That's not going to change. Really good going to cash, despite the fact that I didn't play against a single cash player at the YCS this time, because they were just getting clapped up at the YCS. Obviously I prepped my deck to beat it, as well as every other matchup, but I just never saw it. Then we got the 2 dives and the 1 Battle Ocean. Standard, and then again, not so standard, the 3 waves. I will stand by the 3 waves. It will not change. I'll continue playing this moving forward. It does exactly what I wanted to do. Smart players are going to stop the triangle. I'm going to have the wave anyway. More consistent ways to get to it through Ting as well. Spring Girl as well through milling it, either milling it or adding it off Ting. It also happens when you play 3, so just like those odds. And then the 3 imperms, to line up all the hand traps. 40 clean, guys. I see a couple lists, 41, 42, 43. I think this deck is really easy to play for a clean 40, and you get highly reward for doing so, because obviously less cards, more consistency. The deck doesn't really play any bricks. I guess you can say Battle Ocean and Dives are bricks, but those are just cards you don't have to search later because you already have them. I don't mind drawing them, obviously. So I like 40 clean. We're not really going to change much of that. Next for the extra deck, we obviously MVP of the deck, the World Sea Dragon, cards and nuts. Then we got the other 2 Link 4s. We got the Aqua Argonaut and the Bubble Reef. Bubble Reef is the one I go into more. Now that we're getting deeper and deeper into the format, getting more comfortable again with the deck. Despite the fact that I played it a while ago, I'm still getting more comfortable with the deck, but I do find myself summoning Bubble Reef way more. Even after game 1, a lot of times it's just a safer option. It's the more you get more value out of it. So I play this a lot more than Aqua Argonaut, and I'll go into more why. later on in the profile. Then we got the Marble Rock and the Triangle, the 2 link 3s that we play. Don't really gotta say much about these. I try not to summon Marble Rock turn 0 unless I get nibbed. I literally save Marble Rock for nib, and I'll go into that later. Then we got the Triangle. I try to go into this card as much as possible, even if I have to play, even if I can't play around nib, I'll make sure I summon the Triangle, because it's that graveyard recursion is just nuts, right? And then the 2 Coral Anemones, like I said from the YCS, I was cutting the third for the Water Charmer, and I did exactly that. I regret nothing. It did that perform exactly how I wanted to perform, despite the fact that I didn't win the event, obviously. But yeah, 2 was good enough. And then the 1 Water Charmer, again, I didn't know if people were playing Contact Seas. I didn't want to lose to those. I wanted to be able to extend past the barrel if they got a Warden in the grave and I got a Water Charmer and an extender. So Water Charmer did exactly that. Also, it's a really good card to float with, so to search those missing pieces, and it did exactly that. Then we got the 1 Splash Mage. Don't really gotta talk about that. It's pretty much standard. The Crystal Heart, like a lot of you guys, most players aren't playing it, which I kind of can understand, but I prepare a lot for the like higher echelon, like the higher tables later on in the tournament, and I know, you know, I'm gonna need the Crystal Heart for those, because it's just going to come up. You're going to need to play around the barrel. You're going to need to play around certain cards, and Crystal Heart just helps enable that protection, right? So we're going to keep the Crystal Heart in there. Then we got the 3 Blue Slugs. Again, I'm a grindy player. This deck is completely mid-range. It's not it's combo, but it's mid-range. I want to be able to grind, and for me, the 3rd one comes up like tremendously, and I just need it. So I play the 3, as well as the 2 Sea Angels. I see a lot of those playing 1, which I guess I kind of can see it, but for me, my play style, I'll play 2. I like 2. Haven't had any problems. Again, as you can see, no XYZs. I don't play Toad. I don't play Bahama Shark. I don't play the Kraken. Never come up ever. I haven't seen, they just never come up, and they don't play into the barrel at all. So I opted to not play those. Never going to the side. I made a couple changes, but pretty much 1 change. So I played the 3 Lancias. I mean, at the Vegas, I played 2, bumped up to 3. I liked it at 3. I will continue to play this card inside. This card's nuts at going against a bunch of rogue. Going to Cash, it's okay. Going to Despia, I like it a lot, because there's a lot of spicy combos that you can't do under Lancia, as well as you can't cross out under Lancia for the Ash, which a lot of them are doing. So I like the Lancia. Games 2 and 3 plays around evenly. I like that a lot too. So I'm gonna continue to play Lancia. Next I played the Spooky Dogwood. It's pretty much a meta call for the event. Never sided it in. Never needed it. Yeah, this card, this is probably the only card in the deck that underperformed. I will not ever be playing this card ever again. Take my word for it. You'll never catch me lagging with this card again. Droplets, MVP, card's nuts. I wish I could main it, can't, because Cash. If Cash weren't in the format, this card would be in the main and place a book, but until then, we gotta side it. Card is insane. If you're not playing this Cash, 3 books immediately come out. 3 droplets immediately come in, unless you're playing against something that puts up a crazy board. Then you keep the 3 books, and then you'll also have 3 droplets in the main, so you clear pretty much any board, right? Droplets is nuts. Then we got the 2 Lightning Storms and the 1 Feather Duster back row decks, as well as the 3 evenly matches back row decks, which is actually what I ended up losing to in top 32. I lost to Eldritch. Shout out to him. Very cool guy. Not your conventional trap player, I may say. Not to throw any shade on trap players, but a lot of them be kind of slowing ahead. This guy was pretty smart. He played his cards very accurately, and I commend him on that. He played very well. Shout out to him for getting top 16. But yeah, that's pretty much the deck, guys. I pretty much, same mentality. I just wanted to play something very consistent, something that could combat pretty much every matchup with the hand traps, and something that can fight through hand traps as well, and recursion. I've said it before in my other videos, I can't play a deck unless it hits those certain criterias. One being recursion, one being it being able to grind, another it being able to clear back row within the main. You may not see it, but this deck can clear floodgates and stuff within the main deck through Crystal Heart and Aqua Argonaut. That's how I go about doing that. And pretty much I need to be able to out boss monsters, which is, again, this deck can do. So this deck hits all those, those criteria, which allows me to play this deck comfortably, and it does pretty much what I wanted to do every single time. Throughout all the rounds, I didn't brick a single time. The deck was very consistent. That was one of the problems I had at Vegas. I did very well, but I bricked once, and And there was a couple times at the a couple rounds where I draw hands where I didn't open a MARINCESS, but like I drew into it like the next turn, or you know what I'm saying? Like I was able to grind into a MARINCESS. After changing, my playstyle a little bit, changing some of the ratios, obviously, pretty much the only MARINCESS I added was the one Pask, but that one Pask added changed the consistency like tremendously. I didn't break a single time, guys. Like it was nuts. I was just playing that on my mind. Going first and second, it was nuts. But let me go over the matchups here with you. I gotta hear my phone. So it was a pretty diverse event. Shout out to Hante. He's pretty much pit me. He's pretty much experienced with like overseas events. I played in Europe, but I've never played in like a Southern American or Colombia or anything like that. He pretty much told me that it was going to be a pretty much like a diverse YCS. You're probably not going to see a lot of meta, and it was like right in the money. Like yeah, I didn't see a single cash. There were a bunch of cash there, but like a lot of them were playing like trap decks and just like crazy rogue decks. There was a lot of Sprite, and I was just prepared for it, man. It was just nuts. So round one, I played against Math Mech, lost to Dyro, and I won 2-1. I think he got me game one. Yeah, he got me game one. I hand trapped him to death. His last card in hand was Desires. I already used the Ash, so he desired and he drew 2 cards, like no cards in hand. His last card was Desires. He activated, drew 2, and he got to the trap because I was navigating my hand traps to keep him off the trap. That's the only card that matters in Math Mech. And he drew into it, set it, passed, and it was enough to like stop me. So that's how I lost game 1. And then games 2 and 3, it was just whatever, right? Round 2, I played against Labyrinth. I won the die roll, told him. Don't really gotta say much about that. Round 3, I played against Black Wings. Yes, Black Wings. 2-0'd him. Round 4, I played against Despia. 2-0'd him. Round 5, played against Despia. I 2-0'd him. Round 6, surprisingly, was my hardest matchup. This sounds crazy, but it was dinos. It was dinosaurs. I won the die roll. I went first. I put up full board. He kaiju'd me. This is game 1. He kaiju'd me, lightning stormed, and like he had everything, but like I had all the hand traps to like not die, and then I just had the triangle in the grave. Then I won game 1, and then game 2 I sided to go second. I sided in the Lancias, but I didn't go crazy. I didn't want to side in evilly, none of that, because I didn't know like what his end game was. So I just sided in just Lancia and like droplets, and then he made me go first. So I was like, dang, I didn't even register that in my mind. So he made me go first. Again, I didn't side in like lightning storms or evenly, so I pretty much just drew my deck and I just played it. But then this time I had the minds of like, okay, he's just gonna kaiju me, blah blah blah. So I just did bare minimum, held resources, and then yeah, just 2-0'd them. So that was awesome. Next, round 7, I played against the guy that ended up getting top 8, the Runic Plunder guy. We ended up drawing. I don't really want to say too much about that without throwing shade, but yeah, we drew. He was playing runic spells. I play out of my mind. If anyone's ever played against me, I'm sure a lot of you can confirm this in comments. I play extremely fast. I pretty much know all my decks and my card choices, and as a role player, I know like all the matchups, so I don't really gotta think too hard on my plays. So I play fast pretty much. So like I really go into time. So if I do go into time, it's not really me, it's my opponent. We drew. Okay, like I had all the resources. I was up in cards. I was gonna win, but we drew. So there was that. And then round 8, I played against Runic Notoria, and I ended up losing. So this was my first loss. Runic spells. I actually got deck checked round 8. So that didn't really help either. There was a dispute between the time, but it wasn't in my favor. So we got an X amount of time extra for after the deck check, and then we still ended up going into time, and I just lost in time. I was up an advantage, had everything. I just time. Runic players, they do their thing, and that's just part of their deck, right? Then day 2, obviously. I think I was like 17th after day 1, after that loss. And then day 2, first round, I played against Sprite. I ended up 2-0ing him. Unfortunate for him, though, he didn't really get to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Game 1. I lost a die roll. He was doing combo. I'm pretty sure I whipped in like Ash, Imperm, Nibiru, Veiler, like Blue Tang, and then I drew like something for turn, and he couldn't play through it, and I stopped his entire play. He ended on like a nib token with like 1 card in hand, and I just noticed one Blue Tang, and it was game. And then game 2, unfortunate for him again, he braked. But even if he didn't break, my hand was nuts again. It was like 3 hand traps, Blue Tang, and extender, and then I drew for turn. It was like droplets. So my hand was just nuts. I ended up 2-0ing him. And then Round 10 was my second hardest match all day. It was against Rika. The guy, I beat him. He ended up topping. I beat him. So he was X2-1. He ended up topping. I think he got like 31st after Swiss. He was playing Rika. I lost a Dyro. Game 1, he did full combo. And I think I opened 1 or 2 hand traps, but his end board was still pretty good and I couldn't play through it. Game 2, I went first. Yeah, pretty much went first, did combo, and you know, you couldn't play through it. And then game 3, again, he's playing Rika. So I don't know if you guys already know that matchup. Lightning Storm, Evenly's, Feather Duster, pretty much just, you know, blows that deck out the window. So I just need to draw one of those. I drew one of them, so it was just pretty much game. Then we went to top 32. I played against Eldritch in top 32. Again, shout out to him, really cool guy. If I can't remember his name, sorry bro if you're watching this. I'm sorry I can't remember your name. Awesome player though. Ended up losing game 1. I lost a Dyro. He opened double, what was it called? The card. There can be only one. I just couldn't play through it. And then game 2, I went first. So against trap decks, even though I go first, I still sided the Evenlies, all that stuff. I put a bare minimum board because I didn't want to lose to like Golden Boy and all that stuff. I didn't want to lose to Evenly. I didn't want to lose to Kaijus, which he was on. But he ended up being able to, I literally passed. I put a combo and pass. He set 5 pass. He had like judgment. There can be only one. There can be only one, and like other cards. He had perfect back row. Like it was nuts. Skilled, like he had everything. So I just couldn't get through it. Ended up losing again. Shout out to him. After that, you know, we just left. It was a good event though. It was really good. The deck pretty much did what I wanted to do. I am going to make changes, however, for the 250th. But yeah, that was pretty much the performance, guys. The deck is nuts. Going forward, I will be playing this deck for the remainder, most likely the remainder of the season, because I'm just feel pretty confident moving forward with the deck. Changes that I did in terms of playstyle, because I did mention it in the post that I did right after the YCS. The big thing that I grasped from this, like I said, I learned on the way. I didn't really see this play too much until I was at the event. And then I saw it a couple times through testing, but it never really registered in my mind. Another way to play through Nibiru, guys, and this might be a reason why I might bump it up to 3. I'm not bumping it up to 3. I'm keeping it at 2, but Pask is another way to play through Nibiru. Because and it's only with hands where you can get to it, or like you already drew enough like MARINCESS to like play certain other plays. So like say I draw Blue Tang, right, and I already have Spring Girl or I already have Seahorse in my hand, right? I'll go normal summons Tang and I'll dump Pask, right? Or if I already opened the Pask in my it's in my hand, then cool, it's in my hand. I'll pretty much dump Pask, and then actually instead of talking about it, I'll just literally just do it, you know. Obviously, right, we have a Stolen Book here, right? So I'll just show you guys, right? I'll show you guys exactly what I'm talking about, right? So, oh my God, look, Jesus Christ. Going first is just GG, right? So I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I mean. So this Seahorse could be like Seahorse, it could be Spring Girl, it could be whatever, right? Let's say I have like Blue Tang, right? So I'll go normal summon Blue Tang, I'll go effect. And this is literally what I was doing all day. Okay, this is gonna get some of you mad because it doesn't seem correct, but in the long run, it is correct. It's how you play mid range. You know, I'm a mid range player, and this literally works, right? So I'll go boom, boom, Blue Slug. We'll say we miss off a Tang. Slug is gonna add back the oh nope, not add. You never add back the pass. You wanted to keep it engraved. You're gonna add back that. Let's say we added Blue Tang, we missed. All right, now we're gonna summon the Seahorse. Gonna go Seahorse effect. I mean Sea Angel effect. Me personally, I never really go for a Battle Ocean game 1. Like I don't really go for Battle Ocean too much. I'd rather go for the advantage, right? So I always go for the dive. In my mind, my opponent always has Nibiru. Like it's in his hand. I'm not gonna go for Battle Ocean if I don't have the hand that plays that the Crystal Heart play where you can play into Nibiru and not like Nibiru not matter, right? So like if I draw a handful of MARINCESS, that's cool. I'll go Battle Ocean. I can play through Nibiru, right? But this is a play to play through Nibiru, but like without the Crystal Heart, right? So yeah, you search the dive. You go link to Coral, effect, summon back, right? If they nib you here, cool. You add back Seahorse, you chill, right? Now you go summon the triangle, you go Coral Effect, add back the Seahorse. Again, leave the Pask alone. And now what I'll do is activate it, search the trap, right? And what I do is I pass here. I just pass. Sounds crazy, because Coral's only it's only 1500 attack, but it's a link 3, so wave is live. So I'll just pass, right? I'll literally just pass. If I pass and I didn't get nibbed, my board is done. I did what my deck is supposed to do. I established Coral Triangle, I searched the wave, and I have all the other cards in my hand. Again, this is just with Blue Tang and Seahorse in hand, right? I have 3 other cards in my hand, most likely hand traps. If they weren't hand traps, they were extenders, and I was able to put up an even better board past nib, right? But I'll pass here. This is the bare minimum. This is what I was doing. Boom, I get nibbed right here. I try to pass. They're smart. They know that I have wave in my hand. It's live because triangle's cool. They nib me. Now, what I was doing all day was after the nib, I just summon the Pask effect, summon the Ting, and then from there you do the Splash Mage. You do the Splash Mage, summon back, and then you summon the Marble Rock, and then Marble Rock effect, add back the Ting. So now you're back to where you started. Wave is live, but instead of me having triangle on the board, I got an even better monster. I got Marble Rock. Not only will it be protected with wave, but it's also protected by battle. So I was doing that all day. If I drew like a handful of MARINCESS though, I'd go for the instead of ending on the triangle, if I didn't have to waste the wave to extend, like if I opened a Spring Girl or I opened Seahorse and like the other ones or whatever, or open Mandarin, I'll end on the Bubble Reef, and then they would nib me, and I was like, all right, cool. Here's this dive, activate dive, summon back pass, summon Ting, Splash Mage, Marble Rock, pass. It's literally the same exact board. So I was doing that all day. If you guys already knew that, shout out to you. That was something that I realized that I can do to like help alleviate the Nibiru stress, and it was just amazing. I was getting nibbed all day. I was getting nibbed every single like game 1, 2, 3. I didn't go, damn, how many game 3s did I go to? I went to game 3 1, 2, 3 times. I was getting nibbed all day, and it didn't matter because like I was just navigating correctly. So just be wary of that, guys. That's a very good option for you guys to do, as well as a couple others that I will display in another combo video that I'll be providing as well. But again, guys, the deck is really good. I'll be playing this moving forward. Again, if you guys got questions, you already have been doing it, hit me up in the DMs, hit me up on the comment section below. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and I'll just keep the content coming with the MARINCESS, man. The deck is doing what I wanted to do, and we're just gonna keep it moving. Hopefully we have success at the 250th. I gotta break that top 32 curse, man. I got too many top 32s, bro. I gotta get past the 32, man. It's my curse, man. Eventually we'll get there though. Shout out to homies for supporting, and yeah, obviously I love this game. We're gonna keep it moving, and we're just gonna water gang our way to a victory. But with that being said, take it easy.